we can't just jump there and just explore that before we build a strong community together. So Benjamin, just acknowledging you here on the group as well, and you guys will over the meetings in the new moons get to know Benjamin as well and his work and where it all slots in. So yeah, we're just also acknowledging that you are here. So I have an exercise for all of us today, and it's going to involve some communication, and it's going to involve community and create. Because if you put community and creation together, you get communication. And we're going to have some breakout rooms. And in these breakout rooms, I'm going to ask you to explore something with your room members in your little smaller sub community. And what I'm going to ask you is to work with I statements. I think, and I feel. So when you are share, I think conscious educators, whatever you think, and I feel conscious educators are whatever you're thinking. So we're going to just start with that. So I think up here in the headspace, and if you don't know Tina, just give a wave. Come on, Tina, can you give a big wave? Oh, that's Hope. Oh, Tina. So Tina is a big heart person. So one from the I think space and one from the big, thanks, Hope. One from the big I feel space as well. So we're going to break out and you're going to have those discussions. I think conscious educators are, and I think, and I feel what that is. And we're going to come back after 15 minutes. Okay. And just believe me, there are some super epic people on this call. Hi, Zora. There are some really cool people on this call. So if you meet them in your breakout room, say hi to them. Okay, Peter, let's get into those breakout rooms.
Yeah, I'll set it up now. And just touching on the diversity, there's so many different nationalities and countries and regions represented here. So it's really cool. So this time is also about just, thinking and feeling, what does conscious educators mean to you? And as I said, the breakout rooms, then let's have some discussions and let's explore this together and see what emerges. There's something wonderful that happens in the space between when we come together under this unity. So I'm just setting it up now for us based upon the number of people that we have. Okay, so I think conscious educators is, I feel conscious educators. Okay. Okay, hi, Valentina and Bathari. Can you hear me? Hello, Valentina. Hello, Valentina. Hello, Bathari. Are you there? Valentina? Hello, Bethari, are you there? Hello, Fernanda. Hello, Kayla. How are you, Fernanda?
Wow, I'm good. Good. Just kind of waking up.
Okay, well, thank you for being here. We've just gone into breakout rooms.
Oh, okay.
Kayla, are you there? So good morning to you then.
Good morning.
Thank you for being here. We're
Yeah.
exploring what we think a conscious educator is and what we feel a conscious educator is. Hi, Sutta.
Yes.
Can you hear me, Sutta? Okay, so we kind of posed this question at the beginning about...
Yes, I can hear you.
Thanks, Sutta. If you're there, Kayla, I hope you're able to hear. We posed this question about what do we, with conscious educators, as we explore our diverse work, because we have so many people who are really under so many categories of work and place and culture and beliefs and language and all sorts of different areas. So the co-creative process, we want that to be a process based in dialogue, based in the warmth of dialogue. So the two questions that were posed were, what do you think a conscious educator is? And what do you feel a conscious educator is? So do you have any thoughts about that, Fernanda?
I think I have many thoughts. Let's see what comes now.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, well, part of it, first thing that comes to me is to acknowledge that you're being educated every moment of being an educator, right? And so having that in mind, it's for me, I don't know, is the first thing that comes, as opposed to like this kind of, I don't know, like superior position, no, of being a teacher or being an educator, of knowing things. And then also being not wanting to understand knowledge as something that it's like there's a line of start, middle, and end, right? Or like having the concept in you, and then the way that you will transmit that concept is something that has to be adapted to the context you are, to the language you are, to the children or whatever, who are you being transmitting that concept, right? So that ability to adapt and to be creative in that way, I think that's very important. Like, it comes to me as a challenge, really, because everyone, it's in your own culture and everything, or mindset, where you're born, whatever. Yeah. Yeah, and I think nowadays we have to deconstruct so many things. Like, there's this part of really understanding where in us we have to like go back, no, and consciously be okay. In my education, I didn't had that openness or whatever. I just said like things that we didn't had as children. So knowing that also that we have to deconstruct our own mind.
Yeah. Yeah, we have to think to unthink. And I mean, even in you waking up into the early morning and coming straight into that question, thank you so much for going to that space so quickly in the morning. We appreciate it.
It's good.
It's so nice to see you also and have your presence here. Thank you. And what about the rest of us? What do we think a conscious educator is, or what comes up if we hold that question? Sutta or Okta, as a conscious educator, what do you think?
Maybe sorry, the noise. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Your sound is a bit shaky. Maybe.
Okay. Now, okay. So for me, as an educator, also, I think conscious education is more like try to find the meaning of education out of the box, out of the system that we know. Because if we think back for our ancestors, maybe like my great grandfather doesn't go to even to middle school or even primary school, so they have different education system at that moment, but was involving the family to learn about something that were very traditional, we forget it now. So we will try thinking and find the meaning of education itself, but out of the box, try to find how it should be, where we we can conscious to our person as human, and then what we need uh, in this present, and also think out of the box of the education system right now. If we think about how who make the system, and then how it's been, and how we can make it more based on our needs. I think it's more like that. Then what we know, most of the people or most of the community maybe more like following the standard and then joining the education system. But if you're thinking more, it's like every human are genius, so they have a different thing. So we cannot put a standardization on its our children. I think that's what I'm thinking about conscious education, and what I feel is I'm feeling so excited and very. I feel so thankful because at least now I can understand a little bit about what is conscious education, so I can act now as an educator and also as a parent. How could I provide my son with this sentence, conscious education? So I need to think more, not just following the system, and try to digging deep. So what's mean with education itself? Okay, that's fine.
Thank you for sharing that. And if you had to say, like in one statement, as a conscious educator, how does that make you feel? Sutta, as a conscious educator, how does that make you feel?
So I feel very grateful and thankful because I know it's like I have awareness of the conscious education, so I can think for my son. So I feel grateful, feel thankful to be part of this community.
Thank you for sharing that. That's really powerful. Okta, what do you think? I just have no audio. Your audio is not working, Okta. As we wait, Rati. Okay,
How is
Okta.
it now?
Yeah.
Is it clear?
Yes.
All right. So, first of all, my name is Opa. I'm also as an educator at OpenFlow. So, for me, what is conscious educator is, first of all, I have to think about the conscious of educators. First of all, it's being conscious for what we are and what our role is. And so, second of all, being conscious for who our client is. In this case, our clients are kids. So, as for me, as a personal experience as an adult, for me sometimes it's challenging to really to working on my emotion when it comes to the kids. But when I think back who I am and who the kids are, um, I always to learn about um, how to be how to say it, how to be level up every day in emotions term for personal. And then the also for me, for being conscious educator is how we can collaborate between the past education and the present education to the future. And also how I feel to be an educator. For me, every day is challenging in terms of there is various type of the kids, various type of the human being of they are, and for me also uh, being conscious educated is like everyday learning because like every day is not the same thing to be I have done for tomorrow. Yeah.
Thank you. I'm just looking at the time, 1 minute 20. Rati, do you have any thoughts you want to share in the time that we have?
I'm really sorry because I'm still on the way to get home.
That's
That's
okay.
why I can't on my camera.
Okay.
So is it possible that I will catch up you later?
Sure, no problem.
Okay.
Kayla, anything that you want to share in terms of your thoughts? Are you there? Okay, so I think, this is what I think. I think a conscious educator is someone who shows courage and who converses and who speaks into the space between where truth is not necessarily welcome sometimes. And the only authority is truth. And that's the freedom that we have. And I think that makes part of enamoring a conscious educator. And when I feel into a conscious educator, I feel freedom. I feel liberation. I feel possibility. I feel connected. So I can see that we're going to go back to the rooms now. Good morning, Fernanda. Welcome. And thank you, Sutta. Thank you, Okta. Thank you, Rati. Thank you, Kayla. And we'll head back. Okay, so we'll just give it a few seconds as the timer winds down, and the timer can control time for us. And welcome to a few people that have come in a little bit later. Okay. Here we come. Thanks, Natalie. Yes, there's 21 seconds and things will start closing off for people. Thank you. Okay. Okay, I think we're all here. We've gained a few people along the way, which is really nice. Nicolene?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, that's all I can say for the group that I was in. Sure, okay. I'm really now even more excited and I actually can't believe what I just felt and heard and thought and listened to. Tess and Tina, thank you. How can I be so lucky? So now something else is going to happen. We're going to ask you to go into a breakout session again. And we're going to ask you to hold the same two questions. And we're going to ask you to speak about everything without mentioning what you felt, what you've heard, what you were thinking. I want you to put all of that away and enter with a whole new lens, a whole new lens. So not even mentioning what somebody else maybe has, felt or thought or repeating yourself. So I want you to catch yourself and go into the same questions. What do you think conscious educators are? And what do you feel conscious educators are? Now that you've kind of brought out the first round of your thinking and feeling at a very, kind of, I don't want to say superficial, because I know everybody in this group can go way, way deeper. So that's my second question, or my second task for now. So Peter, if you can let us go again, I'm not going to ask you, hi Gilang. I'm not going to ask anybody to share yet. And just to frame that after this, we'll come back and we'll open up for some sharing. And I want you to pay attention to what's different for you this time and how you are consciously thinking about what you're saying and what you're thinking and feeling is conscious educators. Okay, shall we do that? Can I get a thumbs up or a heart or a something or a smile? Thanks. Oh, awesome.
Okay. Okay, Javier and Kayla. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, welcome back. Wow.
Yeah, wow. Really big wow.
Mm.
Mm.
I can really feel with my own heart pace that was different. And I had to catch myself where I went with that one, right into the womb space. So now that we're back into the collective, I'm curious if we have some time, Peter, maybe 10 minutes. If you feel that you would like to unmute yourself and share something that you heard, that somebody else shared that really resonated, or if there's something in this duality of the first round and the second round that really resonates with you, if you would like to share this in the group, that would be really, really awesome.
It's really quite hard to choose because everything was so on spot.
Mm.
So it's hard to make a choice and say, oh, I want to choose this one, because if I look at everything that has been shared, everything was really, really on spot and very complementary. So yeah, that's probably why there is so much silence.
Thank you.
Thing that really came. Oh, Tina, go.
I think, I mean, I hadn't had the opportunity to talk to many people, but I think we're all a deep thinking and feeling bunch of people. And if I just go for my own, I mean, somehow we resonate, otherwise we wouldn't be together. So I just guess we all need some time to process things and come up with, you know, wow, this was, and sometimes this takes a little bit of time, especially if it was very deep or moved something inside of you. But if I would make kind of a conclusion, I would say it was very encouraging. And I said that's in the last group. It was very encouraging to see, because if you are in your day-to-day business or whatever you do, and you are a disruptor of a system, in whatever way you disrupt the system, this can be very exhausting. And it can be very isolating, like an isolating feeling you have, like you're like, wow, I'm alone in this, you know, and this on this journey, and it's never going to end, and maybe there are too many obstacles, and maybe you want to give up, or maybe you're like, oh, it's not going to work, or whatever. You may become discouraged. And the most beautiful thing was to see this, we're all in this together. You hear this a lot, but it's not always feeling like we're in this together. But this time it felt like we were in this together, and we're here because we're connected with a passion we all have. We want to make this world better. We want to change things. We want to change the way we educate. We want to change what we teach as a whole, and what we think humanity needs. And this was very nourishing and encouraging, and to have this, you're not alone, and really feel it, not just have this saying, yeah, we're all in this together. But we're all in this together, and it feels like we're in this together. And that was, for me, very beautiful.
Thank you, Tina.
I just wanted to share the different experiences of both. I think initially when we all got together, it was sort of like there was an awkwardness, I guess, of what do I say? I don't know these people, you know, and it felt maybe I don't think it was too heady, but maybe a bit more uncomfortable perhaps. So second round, for me, even though they were new people, I felt gentle came to mind. It felt more gentle and flowing. So I just wanted to share that.
Thank you, Michelle. And I feel it's a nice space to kind of just hover into without feeling definition and without having to define and without having to land anything. So Benjamin, I can see that please feel free to share.
I wanted to say that what I was pleased with between the two groups is that it seems everybody understood what is at stake, that it's not just about education, but it's about the future of humanity. It's about a civilization change. And so I was really pleased to see that we were on the same understanding with that there was a really profound vision and this inner knowing that what we are talking about is a fundamental part of the solution.
Thank you, Benjamin.
Do I say something? No, Tina, I think you nailed it when you said that, like, energetically, you wouldn't be here if you were not doing the work. Because ultimately, you can go so many places now on this vast meta, like physically, like there's so much, right? Information, knowledge, like theoretically available to all of us. All of us can say and talk about the right things for days and days. But at the end of it, it feels isolating because it's very rare to come into interaction with one another or other people who are doing their very best to live out what they have brought here and connect their head to their heart. And what I felt and what I feel right now is just an energetic willingness and the capacity to just try the best you can to live out the awareness and consciousness that each of us have. And so that's why it feels so comforting to know that, yeah, we're on with 50 people who are just all over the world trying their best to be, as Gandhi said, the change that they wish to see in the world, you know? And so that's how I felt today in my reflection. So I just want to say thank you everyone for showing up. Also, just your time, your energy, your intention, like it means and it matters, and it's everything.
Thank you, Alex. I feel your words, and we feel the words. Cynthia, please.
Pak Peter. Pak Peter?
Oh. Please go ahead.
Yes, go Ibu Uun.
Oh ya, oke. Ya, halo semuanya. Ya Pak Peter, tadi saya sempat ngobrol di grup terakhir. Boleh, can I speak in bahasa ya? Karena lebih confident saja kalau di bahasa. Because my English not really good.
Okay, let's practice because we're in this feeling space, Uun. It's okay. No one here is judging or anything. So I do invite you.
Just a moment. I was talking with Ibu Tina and Anissa ya. I'm happy join with this group actually, karena to be honest, kalau dari Jambi sendiri, dari my city, sekolah alam nature school itu masih dilihat sangat sangat rendah baik peminatnya, dan itu yang saya rasakan karena saya buka learning center. Permasalahan yang kini itu suka banget buat saya jadi down itu adalah parents-nya, dimana banyak yang salah pola asuh, salah wrong parenting, something like that. Sementara
put on there, Ibu Uun, so I can help everyone understand what you're saying, what you're feeling at the same time. We have time, yeah. So Uun is saying that in her place where she's from, in Jambi, in Sumatra, that she has a nature-based school there, and she finds it difficult to be able to help the parents understand the benefits of that.
Ya, jadi kenapa saya betul-betul tertarik ke open flow? Bahwasannya memang banyak permasalahan anak-anak yang zaman sekarang ini, mereka terkendala dengan motorik halus, fine sensory. They have problem with fine sensory, motorik kasarnya juga. Sehingga kegiatan saya yang saya suka posting di Instagram itu dilihat beberapa psikolog, terapis, bahkan dokter. Jadi anak-anak dari pasiennya atau kliennya itu mereka merekomendasikan ke tempat saya. Artinya apa? Beberapa orang beranggapan sekolah alam itu nggak penting loh. Apa sih sekolah alam? Tapi ternyata dokter dan psikolog, terapis merekomendasikan anaknya ke tempat saya karena itu dia. Anak kamu bermasalah karena kamu nggak kasih akses untuk explore alam, explore luar. Kayak gitu loh, Kak Peter.
I'm just going to hold space for the rest of the collective here, and there's some of us that understand and some of us that don't understand. And as we evolve, we'll have the diversity of language group and so on. But I just want to bring it back to the group and the thinking and the feelings that we're maintaining here. Okay. So let's just hold this space, off the back of what Benjamin shared and Tina, and also. Yeah, so let's hold that space if we can, please, and Alex. So I can hear there's a lot of things going in other places, but we just want to hold this space, please. So Cynthia, can I invite you?
Maybe before we jump to Ibu Cynthia, I just want to say thank you, Ibu Uun, for sharing.
Thank
I
you.
know that contextually for where you are, just to give other people context, there's a lot of on the ground educator stuff. So if we zoom up a little bit more and we leave those for now, and if you just imagine yourself, Ibu Uun, going a little bit higher and saying, okay, day-to-day stuff, parenting, the children, all the issues, like let me just put that down for now. And let me just be present into what is the higher sharing that I'm getting here from the collective. So, and thank you, we hear you on the ground stuff. Our team is also on here. Guys, you hear Ibu Uun, there's a deep cry out from her. So let's connect.
Thank you. Cynthia, go ahead, please.
Thank you. From the first room and the second room that I attend, and then some of the words that really resonates from me, like from Natalie, from Dewi, and from Ganesh, like are aware and then like committed, making connection, place from us to learn, and also compassion, and like from sharing with Nicolene, sharing with Maja, if I'm not mistaken, and like some word that really resonate for me is like move forward, empowering, vision, evolution, and hearing those words, it's really like make me like it's really fulfilling myself, my heart, my thinking, and also give me spirit to think and to feel that, and also realize if everyone make conscious decision, even like small decision consciously, it's really change and really like have a different result and different meaning. So that's what I can say and I can share to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Cynthia. Jeff?
Yeah, okay. Hello, everyone. It's really nice to meet you all here at first. Thank you for the time. My name is Yef. I am from Kupang, East Timor, province of East Timor, very close to the Balim. I want to ask for a little bit time to just to thank for all those people who are who are work on their calling as an educator, informal educator or non-formal educator. I am here. I am the fact. I am the person who are ever experienced help by the people who are do educate to me. When I was in elementary school, we were living, me and my family were living in poverty, and we have no capable to my parents not really capable to pay for my study. But one person from America give the sponsor to pay for my study. Then I finished my study in psychology by the sponsor. So I just want to thank you for all those people who choose to work on their calling as educator. Thank you so much. I am the representative person that experience that help you guys do the great things. You change a life. You can change a life by education, formal or non-formal. So I am here. I just want to encourage all the educator. Thank you so much. You guys doing a great things. I am the fact that I have a good life right now because of education. One person ever teach me
Thank
how
you,
to
Jeff.
survive. One person ever teach me how to have dream in my condition. There are a lot of impossible condition that I faced when I was in the kids in the kindergarten. Some people push me down, just like you
I'm just
cannot.
gonna,
Yeah, you
Jeff,
cannot.
I'm just gonna just quickly just gonna pause there. I really hope, Jeff, you can put your email in the chat, because if you do want to reach out to Jeff with a heartfelt story, we met Jeff on an airplane, and his story is so profound on how somebody came and literally changed his life around. So I can hear and I can feel your consciousness in terms of acknowledging all of the educators and just everybody for showing up here. And I'm also checking time. So Jeff, thank you for reminding us to bring gratitude to the group, and please add your email there. And Melton, before I go into you, I just want to kind of center you guys back to what the feeling or what the thought was around conscious educators. What I do feel and what I do see is happening in this container is such a need. And this was something that Maya said who had to go. There's a hunger to share. There's a hunger to connect. There is a hunger to have people hear your story. So thank you, Jeff. I know that tonight's not the night for because of our time to go into the deep parts of the story, but I really applaud you for
It's okay. Yeah.
showing up and for your courage to share. So thank you for that. With that intention of feeling and thinking about what we shared in our breakaways, and then superpower will go to you after that, and then I'll wrap up.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, so I just want to thank you for all those people here who are choose to be an educator. Thank you. I was meeting Nicolene and Peter. Thank you for inspiring. Thank you for the dedication. Thank you for all you guys.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you for expressing that
Yeah.
again. We all feel that. We accept that. I invite everyone to accept that for everyone on behalf of Jeff. Thank you, Jeff. Melton, please go ahead.
Thank you, Peter, once again for inviting me and joining this community. Yeah, so straight to the thoughts and feelings on what I think a conscious educator is, from the first group to the second group. Main thing is being new in any group or any community is building the confidence to speak and to listen to new people that I've never met before. So my first thought on that is introduction in terms of what listening to what other people feel that think a conscious educator is, and then giving my point of view and my expression, my opinion. And I feel it's like a collective effort. So consciousness is collective, and it's sort of as a global species. Speaking on from a human element, it's you know, it's as we're all evolving, and you know, the globe is going through like an awakening process with new technologies coming involved, new knowledge or hidden knowledge. But I can see that the education system is very informational and very information based with the age of the internet and the ease of access to information. In terms of knowledge, I feel it's like an awakening process that's coming internally as well, individually, collectively as a species, and you know, in preparation for the next sort of phase. You could say that's what I think conscious education is. It's not just about being a teacher or an educator, because I feel that we're all teachers and students at the same time, from the beginning. And you know, the feeling that comes across here is you know, bringing back that emotional aspect of when we was children, and the freedom of expression, that natural human right that we're all welcome to, without passing any judgment. That's what I feel that conscious educators can do, is that the freedom and willingness to speak and be themselves without passing any judgment on others, or have any or not have any judgment passed on ourselves, not really caring what other people think about yourself, but just being yourself. So it's that being aspect, and making sure that everyone, we're human. So bringing in, making sure that we remain human in a technological era. So that's what consciously I feel we're doing as a collective, and sharing energy. It's not just going in one direction in a pyramid, but making it more circular, making it more shared, evenly distributed across all parties, no matter what color, race, backgrounds anyone comes from. We can share that collectively as humans, working with the planet and working with nature and with each other. So that's how I feel, and I feel the more that we start communicating and being a bit more open-minded and willing to learn from each other and express our views and ideas unbiasedly, we can gel together and start working more collectively. So yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Malcolm. Thank you for expressing that. Really appreciate it. Thank you. I'm just looking at time with 15 minutes to go, so let's not feel rushed. Let's be the time creators that we are, and kind of sink into what everyone is saying. So thank you, Melton. If I can hand over to Superpower.
Hello, everyone. Can you guys hear me clear? Okay, I'm new to the group. I was invited by Anissa. I'm thankful to that. I'm going to be brief because I'm waiting for my connecting flight. I've been following with you guys. I like what you're doing. Let me tell you a little bit about my background. I am originally a civil engineer with a PhD, and then I switched about 11, 12 years ago to join the medical field, and went on a really deep journey of researching about nanomedicine, the root cause of diseases, what seems to be the problem, energy waves, short waves, studied all the functions of the internal cells. And then I dived in psychology. And then I realized that in order for any man, I mean mankind, I'm referring to mankind, in order for them to progress in life or free themselves from any trouble, whether it's mental, physical, spiritual, they have to tap into the power of self-realization, of realizing who they really are. And we are now coming into, on a level of scientist, being a scientist, we're coming to a conclusion that the root cause of diseases are energetic. It has been confirmed that how you see yourself determines what kind of world we're going to be headed to. And that's not something that you should be expecting from someone, that you can do for yourself. It's something within you. And in order to rise the level of consciousness, you have to step it up a little bit and see the big picture of what kind of creature you are, where you at. You have to understand that you're not limited. We are so capable, we are super creatures. But the remaining of the human race seems to limit this to themselves, to the planet they're living on. And they see themselves from their surroundings, not their own perspectives. And that's why they end up getting in trouble. They don't have a wide view of who they really are and what they're supposed to be doing in the meantime, if that makes any sense. So it's the subject is really so long to talk about, and there's so many interesting areas, but none of the least, this is the most important topics to tackle. And I like what you guys are doing, is really great. And I don't mean to add, it's great to hear everyone else's perspective. But the most important part for anyone who really wants to know, how can we resolve our problems on this planet? We don't need to look into everyone else's action to change the world. Look into yourself. You are the world. When you change yourself, the world will change. I'm speaking as an expert on the subject of energy. When you are positive, you're capable of changing every single person you come across, whether it's at the house, at the place of work, at the store. Your energy literally will change theirs by entangling the waves of the aura. This has been confirmed. That's why it's good. It's a good thing, as good practice to smile at people. Some people may underestimate that. Some people may think even if it's a lie, if some people are faking it, it still does affect other people without them knowing consciously. It changed them without them knowing, because our cells are like counting 50 trillion cells on inside us. They respond to the central voice. What you see and hear affect you. It's like you're watching a scary movie, you get scared. You watch a comedy movie, you're laughing. It's what you hear and see. So it's what you do based on what you believe, of what you see of yourself. That's all I wanted to say for today. Thank you very much for giving me the time, and thank you, Anissa, for inviting me. I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. As we have 9 minutes to go, there's a few things that we'd like to share with you before you go about maintaining community in between the new moons. So please, Emilia, Gian, and then we can move forward from there, I think, Nicolene. Emilia, please, go ahead.
Thank you, Pete. For me, I just want to share from the first group that I joining. Like, I feel so nervous because I see like there's new people, like, and not new actually, like, because I already know Michelle, Kian, and Pandan, but I just met also Hope. We share about the conscious educators, educator, and also what we think and what we feel. And that's really like open my mind. How do how you say, like, there's so many people that have like that diversity, yeah, of thinking about the education. And for the second group, it's only me, actually only me and Pandan. And in that group, we only like just go like reflect when we was in when we was a student, and like sharing what's it's going well and what's not going well. And then yeah, I'm grateful to share everything. Thank you.
Thank you, Amelia. Gian, please go ahead.
Again, thank you to Pete, to Nicolene for creating this space so we all can share here together. This is what I feel from the experience in the room, the first sessions. I feel with mingling with individuals that is having like awareness and knowledge about that. I feel like I know, but no, I don't know. No, I know, but I don't know how to explain it. So it's very hard. Yes, my baby. It's very hard for me to actually explain in room number 1. But in the second session, I feel like I don't know, but actually I know. And this feeling is because someone is being very courageously asking about their misunderstanding or questions to what this is about. And that's allow me to be able to share from what I knew about this. And this feeling has left a good feeling of, so I have something to share, and I'm being conscious that actually even the little things that we know from someone that is being like curious to know about it, then the change can happen. Thank you.
Thank you, Gian. And before I share some things and then we move to closing, I'd like to share from the group, the second group, if I can move there. And we had a beautiful, beautiful, timely technical difficulty. And where Suta's headphones didn't work and he couldn't speak. Every time he tried to speak, we couldn't hear and make out the words. And we held a space for his thinking and his feeling. And so quickly we can be, on a Zoom call and be, okay, we'll just move on and then we'll keep on filling the space and we'll keep on filling the space and that person can just listen in. And we consciously held a space twice and said, Sutta, your voice represents the voice we do not know. Your voice represents the voice we do not hear in the children, in the parents, in the people, in the land, in the movement. And we held that moment of stillness and silence in that thinking for Sutta. And then we moved into that space of holding that space for his feeling, that feeling which we may attempt to articulate with many, many words, but we held that feeling in silence. And the gift of silence, the gift of slowing down the thinking, the gift of, if you like, speeding up the feeling. So, Nicolene, would you like to share a couple of things before I just share screen and fill everyone in on the definite possibilities of maintaining connection in between now and when then is?
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you. Thank you for that, everybody. This was a really beautiful session. So Peter is actively setting up an online platform through the app called School. And if you want to have a personal invite to be part of this community, we don't just want to bombard people and put people in. It's really with the same intention that if you are wanting to build further community, if you want to be part of this community, please put your email in the chat. We can just save the chat and then invite you directly to it. And I think Peter, you'll speak to this in a moment, because there is something about having nearness and creating this rhythm of connection, and also having a constant tribe of sharing. And that's all the underlying intention of building community in this online space. And I heard Peter say to someone earlier today, Facebook is very crowded. Instagram is a hot mess. And if you look at LinkedIn, it's almost you have to show up in a suit and tie, but it's very far and few between that you find a space that just wants community and that wants dialogue and that wants to share from the same common mental model space. So this is intention. The intention is not to be a hot mess. It's not to be crowded with stuff, and it's not a space where you have to show up with a suit and tie. So yeah, I think Peter, if you want to share that, and then you can close this meeting for us. We have 3 minutes, and in 3 minutes, I'm sure you can be a time bender. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, so I'm just going to share screen quickly, and so you can see if you don't know already, and some of you have already joined already. Okay, so this is the Symbiotic Future Conscious Educator gathering space, and it's really simple. If you share your emails, it's a direct link in. There is an app for both Android and iPhone, and there's an online space. So you can see there's various things. You can explore all of that. But when you are in, it would be great to start here, where you can really introduce yourself. So for me, it's so important because the beautiful sharings that happen and weren't able to happen can continue here in this container that we co-create. And one new moon, a 28-day cycle, roughly a 28-day cycle, if something has a certain feeling that we're wanting to experience more, we should put our energy into that space. And it's a conscious usage of technology in a way which is building community together. And you're welcome to bring people into this community. There is no fee to this. There's no hidden charges or any of that nonsense. It is a place to co-create a conscious symbiotic future together through conscious educators and exploring what this is. So if that resonates with you and you want to continue the discussions on there, please be part of it, because this is not about me. It's not about symbiotic future. It's not about conscious educators. It's about really having conscious change throughout and being courageous and conversing. So I'll stop sharing there. Thank you for sharing those emails, those people. And on the dot, 8:30, I want to say I am so incredibly grateful. I am not oblivious to the fact that some way, shape, or form that we crossed paths. And if I have that responsibility in myself, that I'm 100% responsible for me, and now I'm 100% responsible for you. And this is the conscious educator that I think I am. And this is the conscious educator that I feel I am. So thank you for bringing your thinking. Thank you for bringing your feeling. And please stay connected. This is not a one-off thing. This is a lifetime that we are living interconnected with interdependence, but also independence. So thank you so much. Blessings to everyone, wherever you go from here, whatever time it is. And regardless of what time it is according to your watch or your computer, it is the same time. It has been the same time for the last hour and a half. So thank you for creating time with us, and thank you for sharing time with everyone. Now I'll hold the call open a little bit for those of you that want to put something in the chat, but otherwise I want to honor time. Thank you for giving me another 2 minutes. Thank you for giving us another 2 minutes. And please stay connected, and we'll get together next new moon and the spaces between. Actually, before, let's just do a quick photo. If you can have your cameras on just quickly, and then I can send this out to everyone also. That would be awesome. Nice, Amelia. Feeling that. Nami, yes. Oh, wow. Now, wow. Okay, now we really come alive. It's beautiful. Okay. Oh, I just got to get more. Now I don't want to go. Okay, beautiful. I'll be sure to share everything as soon as possible. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Diana, what is your daughter's name? Oh, she did. I wanted to know what's her daughter's name. Hi, Anissa. I have yet.
Sorry, Nicolene, your voice
Hi,
was...
Nicolene. Hi, Kit. Nicolene, I want to show you this. I already write it down. Full. Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, we'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much. Take care. Stay connected. Thank you, Okta. Zora, nice to meet you in the virtual form. And Javier, thank you for holding space. Please, Zora, go ahead.
Oh no, thank you so much. I mean, yeah, this was, I didn't know what to expect, but this was such an inspiring session. It's just lovely to have a collective and know that so many people are working towards the same thing in their own way. And yeah, I'm taking back a lot from this. That's for sure. Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, just be sure to bring a friend or multiple friends next time, okay? Because now we can't stop.
Absolutely. That's what I was thinking as the session was happening. I was just like counting people and I'm like, oh my God, I have to share this yeah, because there are a few people, quite a few people I know who are moving in this direction, but really what it lacks is collective thought and collective action.
Yes.
And so thank you so much for hosting this and for
welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for responding to the call.
And thank you, Nicolene. So nice to see you after so long. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll mention to her for sure. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
I'm going to
Thank
close
you.
the call now. Thank you.
Thank you.